Hey community, this is Dr. Hugh coming at you again, and wherever you are, good morning, good afternoon, or good evening, and welcome to this testimonial. And what I want to do is I want to just give you a little background of Z's testimonial. I mean, basically, she got amazing results. You're going to want to watch the whole video. She goes through what she tried before she came to me, got my guidance, how bad her condition was. We actually even go through some protocols, some things that we found on her at the end of the video. So there's lots and lots of clinical gems in the whole video. There's also a lot of hope and possibility for you to get better. Wherever you're watching this, wherever in the world you're watching this, I want you to know that you can be a Z. You can get better. You can get well. You just have to have a guided path. You have to have direction. And please, please, please remember this. Is where there's help, there's hope. Take care. Bye-bye. Okay, cool. Well, thanks for being here for the community.
No, my pleasure. I'm glad that I can, help someone, because that's how I found you, is actually through someone's testimonial. So I'm really excited to do this.
All right, I appreciate that. Could you lift your lab so we get, there you go, so we can see your whole face. Okay, good. Okay. So yeah, I mean, that's awesome. I mean, that's where, people are online looking at 1 a.m., 2 a.m., 3 a.m., looking for answers, and the content comes up, and then there's something that piques someone's interest, and that was you. So I just want to acknowledge that.
That's how I found you, through a testimonial. So, yeah.
Okay, great. So maybe just start off with the audience here. Like how bad it was, and then we'll go to basically where you're at. We've been working together for, I don't know, since September, I think.
Yeah.
Yeah, so just tell them like what happened, how bad your conditions were, and we'll kind of go from there.
Okay. So I actually was floxed. Hate that word, but yes, about 2.5 years ago now. And I actually, what made my condition worse was that they put me on Bactrim, which is another antibiotic, and 3 days after I was prescribed 𝗭𝗶𝗶. So there was like no gap, and literally one pill. It was the hardest, probably 1.5 years of my entire life. It was really bad. I couldn't follow, like the months following being floxed. I couldn't move my arm for like 3 months, maybe. Wow. I had a 1.5-year-old daughter. I mean, it was crazy. I couldn't, I didn't have energy to sometimes eat myself. I would just.
You didn't have energy to feed yourself?
No, my husband used to actually feed me. So you can imagine, right? And I'm talking about having 0 problems before this. This is without having any issues in my life. I never had any issues. So for me, it was even more like, it was just such a shocker that, wait, what just suddenly happened, right? So yes, it was really, so that was, I just told you, like, okay, so again, if we're talking about how bad it is, so started it with joints, muscles, neck. Oh my God, my neck. I actually had an x-ray, and they actually found that I even developed 𝗭𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏 before. So that was something. And the biggest, I guess, challenge or the biggest struggle was the gut. And I could not digest, literally. Sometimes I couldn't digest anything.
Mm-hmm.
And I would just be sitting in the bathroom and I would be like, I'm not even eating anything. And I lost like 17 pounds, like, you know. And it was a feeling, I think, that came with the gut issues. Like, it was like I used to feel like I need to go to emergency. I never had experienced a panic attack before, but I actually started experiencing that sometimes when I used to feel really sick, like, and I wouldn't know what's going. It was just like a big, horrible, like, and again, the confusion, right?
Right.
And then when, and you've probably heard this from every Fox person, went to like 3 different different doctors. No, no, no.
Couldn't be all
Oh,
in your head. You're crazy. Here's some antidepressant
nothing. You're
medication.
like, oh, okay. I was sent to different people to get stuff checked, and they like, Fox people say that on the surface they don't really see much, whatever. And
You're
then
thin. You're a thin woman. Everything is okay with you.
so yeah, so I was like, okay, so what do I do? So it was really like I felt like I'm on my own sort of thing. And of course, I have a great support system.
Yeah.
And we started kind of researching Floxed, whatever. So on my own, I kind of figured out, okay, I'm not imagining this. This is happening with other people. And I think around the time that I found, again, with the research and stuff, I found testimonial that you had posted. And so obviously, this, right, Dr. Hugh, that you're also very rare. Like, people are not treating Flox people here. Like, it's not something common.
Right.
It's very difficult to find someone who actually, before you, I actually found Dr. 𝗭𝗲𝗶𝗶 as well, but he's in LA. He does not treat patients remotely and nothing like that. And that was, I was in that state, I think, that I wasn't even about to leave my house.
Right.
I was just like, can somebody just, help me?
Yeah.
So that was that, and I think right when I got in touch with you, we did that 20-minute discovery call. And I think, so the first thing I have to say I really loved about, for me, and I think it's been a major part of even my healing with you, is your attitude.
Okay. Oh, thank you.
No, like, oh, you're Flox, you're doomed, no, okay, we got this, we're doing this, we're, so I think automatically makes
That's
the
awesome.
other person feel like, okay, there's hope, like you say, there's hope.
Yeah.
That hope, when you see that in your doctor, is a little rare. And I just love that. And I obviously, we just kind of started. I think I had the discovery call with you, and like 2 months later, I decided to go with the program because I still was experiencing, I was better, but I was experiencing a lot of relapses. So I was still at the point where, when I would relapse, there would be days and dysfunctional, right? So that's not a normal life, right? So when I obviously got in touch with you, I'm not going to say I was living a normal life, because it's just like, one day you're totally whatever, and then another day that's not normal, right? So that was that. And I think just right when I started with you, and everybody has witnessed this, everybody, it wasn't just me, everybody started seeing change like right away, I think because of your diet, like you kind of immediately got me started on the diet stuff, like you said. And there were very simple things. I know we did a lot of labs and everything, which was again major, like that whole antibiotic, like nobody asked me to do those tests. Nobody, right? And we just got those things like out of the way for clarity and all that stuff. And I think when you also get clarity, again, that helps. That's part of like your, your mind is like, okay, fine. So I need to work on this. I don't need to work on this. Oh, I'm not allergic to that. So that I think those labs they are, obviously they're awesome. And then I feel like you really kind of can, and I know you've mentioned this in your videos too, that don't go for the big problems first. Start at the root. And
start simple.
I think that's how you help so many people, because I feel like mostly we are just dealing, oh, let's not feel this way right now, and we'll just cover it up or whatever, and we don't get to the root. And that's why I think that Flox people as well, they experience a lot of relapses because, of those issues, like just something as simple as you told me, and I have to give you the credit for that, like the gluten thing. I was having loads of gluten without and just even that one change has made such a huge difference in so many things, right? And that was just one part. Like you obviously guided me with the supplements, with the HCl, with the coconut oil. I never miss that, like every day, right? My coffee paints, the
Yeah.
bulletproof. Oh my God. I love it. Like, okay, I love and I am a coffee freak.
I love coffee.
I can't do without coffee. And yeah, so I started, I think, seeing a difference after I started working with you. Pretty much very like early on. I know that for a few months I was telling you that sometimes I do, but that depends on what I ate.
Yeah,
And
ups and downs.
ups and downs, but I feel like when I really started really following your advice, I really started seeing major changes. And I mean, right now I'm at a point where really, I mean, obviously I'm doing a testimonial.
Yeah, right.
Right.
Yeah,
And
that's
yeah,
awesome.
I mean, I can't even like, even now, thankfully, when I even think back about those, that year and that whatever, now it's like, oh gosh, I don't even want to go there. It's been a long time. It's past, whatever.
Yeah.
So yeah,
Well,
I feel like I have, I mean, sometimes seriously, like I'm working all day. I have my daughter, I have a
yeah.
toddler. It was not even, I used to think 10 times before, consuming my energy. Am I going to feel really tired then? Am I going to feel sick then? Should I not walk now? Or no, none of that.
Yeah. I mean, you're completely like pre-floxed, would you say now?
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, you're so vibrant. Like you can just tell, like just you
Yeah.
being on, you're like, you can tell you're a vibrant human being that's
My
enjoying life.
mind, Dr. Hugh, yeah, one other thing, and I feel like I said, I don't know if it's the stuff that you recommended, the coconut or that tree. I don't know what it is, but I have experienced the biggest shift in up here, and this was making me so sick.
Sick, yes.
I know I remember telling you initially I had developed phobias. I had developed really, like, I couldn't recognize myself sometimes. I would be like, I'm scared of traveling. Like, it was weird. My mind was fried. Okay.
Wow.
And now, I mean, obviously, you see, like,
Yeah.
no.
You're like everyone wants to be like you. I mean, no?
I feel like myself, and I'm like, oh my God, I'm not like going, I'm not scared of stuff. I'm not, no, it's been that, I think another thing that I feel like is such a huge problem for Floxies is what happens in the brain.
Yes.
And I think overcoming that, and I think that was still totally there when I started with you.
Oh, for
That
sure.
was even better. I'll be honest, that part physically I was better when I started with you from that time,
Oh, okay.
but not here.
Yeah.
Yeah, I had weird thought, like, no, and that I would say that it's beautifully, like, I don't even want to think about that.
Who wants
like,
to think about pain? No one wants to think about pain.
oh,
Yeah,
so
you were having like ringing in your ears and stuff like that, right?
was, yeah. I mean, Dr. Hugh, I had so many issues that I can't, I mean, this testimonial is going to be really, my eyes used to go cloudy, although I don't have glasses. I have good vision, by the way. I had strange stuff happening to every part of my body. I would have vibrations.
Yeah,
So
list them out. List them out. People want to know this.
okay, I had such bad vibrations that sometimes I would like be like, what, it's like an earthquake kind of going on inside your body, and you're just like, why? It wasn't constant. It was like I said, maybe it's the diet change now. It doesn't happen to me. It's gone since I started with you. Yeah, since I started with you, I don't have vibrations anymore. No cloudiness. My eyes are actually none. I used to sometimes be like, what's wrong? Should I get my eyes checked? And then it would go away on its own, come back. I would get, really high my my ear thing. Sometimes I still feel a little bit, but not the way it was. And no vibrations anymore. I would, yeah, it was just such a host of like, it was such a variety of issues,
Yeah.
and now I'm like at a point where, like I said, I didn't remember the vibrations today, but it was a major problem,
Yeah.
you know.
Wow. That gets, I mean, it almost makes you want to cry, to be honest with you. I'm like,
Yeah.
I'm holding back tears just because,
Yeah.
I mean, there's so many people that are suffering needlessly that aren't getting the advice that they need. And
I know,
like,
and you know what? It's like I know because I've been through it, like crying, the pain, like it's so bad, and it's like such few people understand it. That's what kind of makes it harder. So I think just connecting with somebody, I mean, I have told you this before, Floxed or not Floxed, I just love you as a doctor. Like I
thank
feel
you.
like you don't we need people to tell us that, hey, you don't need to pop pills all the time to feel. We actually need somebody to guide, like tell us, hey, fix your diet, hey, do so no, you literally, and I say this, you were like an answer to my prayers, because I was praying a lot. I was like,
Mhm.
God, just, I'm tired. I'm
Yeah.
tired of going to doctors. I was so tired, Dr. Hugh, of trying. I mean, I did a lot of stuff. I tried
Yeah.
acupuncture, I tried energy healing. I mean, you don't know, like I was going nuts,
Yeah.
and I was like, please just help me find something that's gonna, help my condition.
Yeah.
And yeah,
Yeah,
so
that's phenomenal. And one thing I think, like, I'm a spiritual being, you're a spiritual
yeah,
person.
yeah,
When people get on the phone with me, you go to the conventional system, they just think of you as just some kind of body, right? Like you're just this like body that has a complaint. Like if you mesh the human body with the spiritual beingness, and like I tell people, I'm not the one that's healing you. The spirit, the power within your body heals your body. We just got
right,
to figure out what's interfering with that body's ability to heal and function,
right,
right?
right, exactly.
Yeah. So, kind of on the geeky side of stuff, I mean, one of the things that we found some things where, like low blood pressure. You had low blood pressure.
Okay, that's another thing. So that again, very, something that people don't really address a lot, whatever. But I remember I spoke with you about this, and you told me something really simple, like salt water. And
Yeah.
honestly, that's what I needed.
Yeah.
That's salt water. That's
Yeah.
it.
Yeah.
Nothing like major or whatever. And I understood, sometimes when I used to feel really horrible,
Yeah.
we figured it out.
Blood
Like,
pressure.
okay, yeah, that was another thing that was happening. So
Yeah. I
yeah,
mean, it's
so
just,
many. Like I said, there's so many. I can't even wrap my head. This? Floxies
yeah.
have like so many issues. It's like, it's so weird, like, and sometimes you just feel weird sensations throughout your body, like you
Yeah.
don't, and you have no name for it. You're just like, I don't,
Yeah.
what happened.
That's why
what's
they think that they're crazy because you have so many weird neurological problems. They just say you're crazy. Here's some antidepressant medication.
Yeah, like, are you going nuts or what? So yeah,
Yeah.
so that is another thing.
Yeah, that's awesome. Then we found some things like you didn't have enough hydrochloric acid. So you were taking up to like 7 capsules of HCl. I was like, dang, we know that's a problem.
Yeah, that was probably one of the first things that you made me do, right?
Yeah.
That's something that, again, no idea, right? And
Yeah.
I was like, oh my God, I'm having 6 pills and not getting heartburn. That means I have no acid in my
Yeah.
stomach.
Yeah.
Right. So that's, again, I think my stomach is so much better. Of course, I follow your diet recommendations, but to be honest with you, now I'm still at a point where I still feel like, when I really want Ghirardelli, I have it
Yeah. I mean,
without relapse. Yeah, I do, because I think that probably has helped my gut so much, that
mhm.
HCl. So it's at a point where now I can even tolerate, those same things that would just like turn this, like, it's like a bomb gone off in my stomach,
Yeah, I guess my job is just to act as a guide. Like I don't have any, I mean, I just studied a lot of material and I just have enough experience so I can just say, okay, Z, let's do step 1, simple. Let's do step 2, simple. Let's do step 3, simple. Like it's just acting as a guide and taking the confusion, because when you go on the internet, the Facebook groups, you get completely confused. You don't know where to start, what to do, who to follow, that kind of thing.
Exactly. And I think before you, I was doing what you just mentioned, and I was still, like I mentioned, first of all, my brain was like a mess.
Yeah.
I don't know what you have, maybe it's the oil, I don't know what it is.
It's everything. It's not one thing, it's everything,
Okay, so since I've been on this, that is like, oh, thank God.
Yeah.
But I feel like the other stuff, I was like, on these, I even bought a couple of books like diet, but the thing is that, when you don't have your tests, like, when I was working with you, that's the difference. Everybody is so different. Everybody's body is so different that one thing just might not work for another. You don't know, it's like so much trial and error. And I feel like that's why I kept relapsing, because I wasn't sure, what's working for me. Oh, no, I won't try. So that's the thing. There is stuff out there, yes, but I feel like if you're going through something like this, that's why I decided to start with you, because I was like, it's been like 1.5 years or almost 2 years. I was like, I don't want to, I don't, like, tired.
Yeah, right. Yeah. It's hard to figure it out yourself.
It's really hard. Yeah.
Wow. That's awesome. Thank you. You're just so you know, you're going to make a huge impact. There's going to be someone, Z, that's watching this video at 1 a.m., 2 a.m., 3 a.m., praying for an answer. And you're going to pop up and they're going to say, oh my God, like there's actually some hope up there. There's actually some possibility. It's not all in my head. So you're going to be making a huge impact on someone's life.
With me. I mean, there was, I still remember her. I don't remember her name, but you did like exactly this type of testimonial with her, on Zoom. And she was like telling, and so many of her symptoms, hers was maybe even worse than mine. And I was like, oh my God, if she's talking like this right now, I need to contact this person. This is how I found you too. So
right. Well, that's awesome. Well, thank you for that. Is there anything that you want to say to the 𝗭𝗲𝗀 community or anyone that's going to be watching this? One thing with the internet now, I mean, you could be making an impact with someone over in Asia or up in Alaska, or, is there anything that you want to say to the community, to any human being that's suffering out there, Z?
I want to say one thing, that never, ever, ever believe that this is it. I'm going to have to live with this. Don't, because there is stuff, and we all, your other patients as well, right? We're all living examples, of that. Like you might be told, oh, you're Floxed, it's done. It's never gonna. No. We are, not just me. I mean, obviously, if you're seeing my video, like I couldn't even move my arm for 3 months. Like it was terrible. I hate talking, even thinking about it, but here I am right now. And, everything, there's always hope. I don't myself believe that there's no cure for stuff. There is.
I agree.
And you just have to believe and you do the right thing, right? Like I'm not just gonna sit there and be like, I'm just gonna hope this. I had to take an action, so take an action, right? Like I did, like I saw it, I was like, okay, I'm gonna go for this. And I do want to add this as well, that you are and I have no reason to say this because now we're even done with I'm kind of being discharged, but
soon.
But Dr. Hugh, is also one person I feel, and it's very rare to find doctors who are not all about making money and who are not all about, commercial, like, no. So I want to say that he's one person who's actually really trying to help you and trying to help you the right way.
Well, thank you. I appreciate that.
yeah, I'm just, obviously I'm not being paid to say this or
Right.
anything. And I'm really speaking the truth, from like, this is, how I feel. This has been my experience and a lot of other people's, because that's how I got in touch with you. So
Yeah. Well, thank you.
yeah.
All right. Well, that was pretty amazing. And just one last word, just remember, where there's help, there's hope.
Yes.
Okay. Take care. Thank you.
You.
Bye
Bye.
bye.